Hey guys, so today I am doing a squash mukbang, kabasha squash, and I've been so busy. I just actually got done with the work thing, and I haven't had my dinner yet. So thank you for joining me for dinner. And so this is what I'm going to be eating I'm going to eat until I'm full. So what I did was I, chopped it up, peeled it, de-seeded it, and then boiled it. And this is something, it's very much a comfort food for me because I grew up eating squash like this. So you can do this with any kind of squash. This just so happens to be the kind that that I wanted to have tonight. So it's about this size, and it yields about, this is what I made. It's this big, if I don't want to spill any of the liquid, but I just chopped it up into bite-sized pieces, and then I just boiled it in some water for about 15 to 20 minutes until they're fork tender. You can do it as long or short as you like it. And then I've got a bowl of rice here. And then this is some squash that my sister-in-law made earlier. She made a huge pot. So this is cooled, what it looks like. I don't know if you can see, I don't want the liquid to spill, but it's much darker in color because, well, the one that I made was just about this size, but we do have some that are 4 times the size, so they're much bigger, and the flesh is a little darker. So so I'm gonna see if I can finish both bowls. So this one is one of this, and then I just kind of guesstimated from the big pot about the same serving of the cold. So I'm going to eat this cold and warm. And I'm just going to show you, kind of how I like to eat it. So you can just eat it straight up like this, or you could mix it in with your rice. I'm just going to start out like this. So I had a very busy day today, and I haven't had any dinner yet, so I am starving. So good. So if your squash is excuse me, I swallowed a little bit too fast. Oh, I don't know if you can tell, I'm so hungry. But if your squash is really sweet, then you don't really need to add anything to the squash. But I know that some people like to add a little bit of sugar for the added sweetness if the squash isn't naturally sweet. I like it either way. I don't really add sugar now, but when I was younger, I used to. But now I don't. I kind of like the natural flavor, and the broth is really refreshing. So I'm just gonna eat one right here. It's so good. It just kind of like melts in your mouth. And there are some fiber strands in there, but I mean, when you boil it to the point where it's it just kind of mushes up in your mouth, so it's really nice. It's a little bit creamy and a little fibrous, but still very soft and very good. Hey AC, hey Ka, hey Betty. I know, sugar, right? To make it really sweet. But I feel like when you get older, your taste buds kind of change a little bit. Some things you don't necessarily like to eat as sweet as you did when you were little. Hey Connie, thanks for joining. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think I can finish both bowls? These are pretty big bowls. And this is one whole squash all in here. But I am pretty hungry, so I'm going to try to finish both bowls. So what did you guys have for dinner? And normally, how do you guys like to prepare your squash? You know, there are multiple ways. Sometimes one way I really like preparing squash is deep frying it and cutting into bite-sized pieces and then deep frying and coating it with either honey or maple syrup, and then like sprinkling sesame seeds on it, and then packing that as a small side dish for like a bento box or something. That's really good too. But you could also steam these, or bake them, or broil them, really, or mash them and make pumpkin pie. You know, really, there's lots of different ways of preparing squash, but I don't know. For me, this is like comfort food for me, because I ate this a lot growing up, and I love eating squash this way. And especially this time of year, you know, when it's getting colder outside and you just want something warm. But you know what? Once, like, whatever you don't eat, you can throw in the fridge and let it sit. It's good for another 2 days. And I can't tell you, as good as this is fresh, it is so refreshing cold, like a day old, sitting in the fridge. Take it out, and it's just the liquid is so refreshing, and the squash is, I mean, it's just as good cold as it is warm. So I like eating it both ways, but but yeah, anyways. So how do you squash? Let me know how you like to eat your squash, and what are some, you know, old comfort foods that you grew up eating made with squash. All right, well, if there are any topics that you guys, anyone that's watching and on, if you guys want to talk about, just let me know. This is so good. I can't tell you guys. So good. And if you're trying to eat healthy, this is definitely, like, simple is best, right? Nothing too complicated, just squash and water. Okay. So one way I like to eat it is just straight out of the bowl like this, where you could drink the liquid and then eat the squash. I'm going to show you another way I like to eat it. So you take your bowl of rice, right? And you throw the squash on top of the rice, along with the liquid, and then you mush it all up together. Well, you don't have to mush it up, but I like to mush it up, so. So like this, and then you just mush it all up. Kind of like when you're a kid and you're playing with your food again. And then, Now, as comforting as it is eating it out of a bowl with just the squash and the water, adding rice to it takes it to a whole nother level. Like, it's so freaking good. Mm. And the great thing about this is, you know, it's good for you. It's healthy and vegan for those that are looking for more ways to incorporate, you know, more vegetables into your meals. I mean, this is a great vegan dish to eat. Mm. So good. I'm going to put a little bit more liquid in here. And more squash. So I don't know if you can see. So good. Oh yeah, that'd be fun, Betty. I don't think I've ever been there, so that would be fun. So good. Oh, has any of you ever had squash in your salads? I've ordered salads before where there was little bits of squash in there, and it's actually really, really good. I think I'm going to start incorporating that into some of my salads. Oh, this is so, so good. I'm so hungry too. Oh, hey Ying. Oh, so good. Okay, I'm going to throw the rest of, I just have a little bit left. I'm going to throw the rest in my little bowl of rice. All right. So 1 bowl down, guys. Well, it's all in my rice, so it's going down. All right. You know, I've been tinkering with my setup today, and I'm trying to, because I would like for you to be able to see what I'm eating instead of me having to hold it up. So I'm going to just see what I can do in regards to setting up my webcam so that so that you can see me, but also see the food. So we'll get there, right? It's a work in progress. Oh, hey, Michelle. So let me ask you guys this. Do you ever notice if you're like a noisy eater, or if you eat very quietly? I think I fall more towards the noisy. And I don't know, I guess I just never really do you ever notice how when you notice that you are eating a little loudly, and like the quieter you try to eat, the louder it seems to get? So at least that's how it is for me. So now I just don't even, I don't dwell on that anymore. I used to, though. But what about you guys? Are you guys quiet eaters, or are you guys loud eaters? And then when you have guests over for dinner or lunch, or when you're eating out with friends, do you like hearing other people, make noises when they eat? Like, oh my God, this is so good. Or like, or, oh, like those little, like, when someone does it a lot, does it amuse you or does it annoy you? I don't know. How do you guys feel about that? For me, it doesn't bother me because I love seeing people be happy about eating good food, right? So, I mean, seeing people be happy makes me happy. So, and then it just makes me want to try what they're having too. So, Oh, but talking about that just reminded me, have you guys ever seen that, this was a made-for-TV movie, came out in the 90s. I want to say, no, I don't think Bill Maher's, no, he's not in there, but I forget who the main actor is, but the show, the movie was called What About Bob? And the scene that I love from that movie is when they're all eating dinner. And so a little backstory on the movie, right? So What About Bob is about, it really makes me want to watch it now. Okay, so it's about this, I think he's a psychiatrist, and he has a patient named Bob who's very needy. And all the psychiatrist wants to do, the main character, all he wants to do is go on vacation with his family. But this patient just won't take the hint that he's going to be away. And he actually follows them to their destination and shows up at their vacation home and just kind of invites himself to stay with the family. And it's a hilarious movie. But okay, so anyways, getting back to the scene. So everyone's at dinner, right? And everyone's just eating normally, and he's, after every bite, he's just so overly happy about every bite that he takes. It's just so funny. And okay, I'm gonna do an impression of the scene. Okay, so he takes a bite. Oh. And he just like does that over and over and over again the whole time everyone's at the dinner table. And like everyone else is like happy that he likes it, especially the doctor's wife, because obviously she cooked the meal, but she's like very happy that he's impressed, or he's enjoying the meal. But the look on the guy's face, he's just so freaking annoyed, and he's just like, if you like go one more time, I swear I'm gonna punch you. It's just so funny. But anyways, it's a good movie, so check it out. It's all mushed in there. Oh man, I think one bowl might have just been what I needed, because I'm not full yet, but I'm starting to get there, and I'm looking at my second bowl and I'm like, I don't know if I can eat that, but I'm gonna try. Okay. Oh, yeah. So, my second bowl of squash. I really hope you guys can see it. This is like cold, so I just took a sip of the water and it's so exactly what I needed. So refreshing. Mm. So good. Mm. So this squash that I cooked, we got from our garden, where I'm very grateful and thankful and very blessed because my mother-in-law, she gardens, and so we always have an abundance of different types of squashes, the big ones, the little ones, and greens and stuff, all through summer and into fall. So so this cost me nothing. It was, you know, we got it from our backyard, and we actually have a big pile of squashes in our kitchen. And okay, so a tip, if you've got a lot of squash, and it's something it's a project I'm probably gonna tackle sometime this week, because you know, the longer they sit there, I just don't want it to go bad. So so what I do with all the squash, like when I have a bunch of squash that I you know, that's just sitting there that I'm not getting to or I'm not eating, and I want to pack away for a later date. What I'll do is I'll peel them and then cut them up, and well, if this is what I'm making it into, if I'm just going to do the boiled squash, then I peel and I chop it up into bite-sized pieces, and then I put them in the gallon freezer bags, and I freeze them. That way they stay fresh, and they you know, they don't start to go bad. And then, you know, in the winter, whenever I'm craving squash, and I just take a bag out and, you know, make it, and it's just as good. So I think I'm gonna do that with the squash that we have upstairs, because it's a pretty big pile, and we've been eating it on and off the last few weeks, but we've hardly made a dent in our pile. So we've got a lot of squash to go through, and I don't want to lose any. We had a few in a big white, those 5-gallon containers. It was filled with squash and zucchini and stuff in there, and it started to go bad. So we unfortunately had to throw that back out into the garden as compost, but we still have a big pile upstairs. So I will probably get to that sometime this week. But yeah, I just thought that's if you're thinking of ways to kind of save your squash for later, you can always do that. It's nice because then later you don't have to worry about chopping up your squash. You just, you know, throw it in water, take it out of the freezer and throw it in water, and it's good to go. Just want to take a quick second to say hi to everyone who just joined. If I haven't said your name yet, I'm sorry. So I'm almost done with my rice. So, how was everyone's weekend? I hope you guys had fun. We just raked all our leaves in our front and backyard. And that was fun because everyone pitched in, but it really took like a whole, well, not a whole day, but like half a whole day. And then today I went out and I did some maintenance around the house as well, just making sure whatever we missed, or if there are any new leaves that fell down, I grabbed it and threw it in our pile. So, are you guys done with your yard work? Have you guys raked all the leaves, or is your yard still covered with leaves? Done. All right, first squash done. Okay, time to work on my second bowl. So good. So good. So refreshing. Man, none of y'all talking to me. I feel like we're on an awkward date and I'm the only one trying to make conversation. But that's okay. Oh, so good. So, do you guys think you guys could finish a whole squash all to yourself? I think I just proved that I could do it. But honestly, like I've never tried doing that before. So I'm quite impressed that I finished all that, and I'm still hungry for more. So this is just a little bit of the tip I'm gonna go off and you know what I'm gonna try to do? I've never like made my own pumpkin seeds before, because before we would always just like, because my parents, they garden too, so I grew up watching them when they do their harvest, and they're preparing seeds for the next year, how they dry them and prepare them. So but I've never actually like kept the seeds to bake and make and just for eating the seeds. So I'm thinking maybe that's something that I will try to do this year with our pumpkin seeds that we have. Have you guys ever done that before? If you have, let me know in the comments, and give any if you have any good recipes or any advice on what the best method is for that. Let me know. Oh, but I don't know if you guys could notice, but so the little squash that I just finished eating, the color was a lot lighter, but this one, it was from a much bigger squash. I want to say double the size of the other one. So look at how like orange that color is. I mean, that is just beautiful, right? and it just looks so good. I mean, come on, like, let's be honest. Eating is like, I want to say 70% visual, 30% taste, and everything else, right? I mean, if it looks good, you automatically think it's going to be good before you even taste it. So, I mean, we eat with our eyes first, right? Oh, that's so good. And then this is, I think this is considered a soup spoon, right? I mean, it's like a mung soup spoon. I don't know. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, correct me. But yeah, whenever I eat soups or anything like that, I like to use these because the soup or the spoon part of it is like bigger, wider, and it holds more liquid than a regular spoon. So you get, you know, I just like it that better to get more stuff on onto the spoon and in my mouth. Ooh, brown sugar. Yes, Sarah. Brown sugar is good. Oh, so good. And I'm starting to get full. I'm starting to get full, you guys, but I'm almost done. Almost done. So good. Oh, hey, Sarah. Hey, John. So what I'm eating is boiled squash. It's here. Let me grab it for you. It is this that we got from our garden, and I peeled and I peeled and chopped up, and then I boiled. Excuse me. Sorry, just had a burp. But yeah, I love eating this just because it's so simple. It's very clean. It's very it tastes very fresh, and it's just simple. I like simple eating. Oh, how do I peel it? Okay. Well, there's two different ways that I peel. How I did for the mukbang today, I use a peeler. Sometimes if I'm able to, if it's small enough and I can get around the whole squash, then I just, you know, hold it in my hand and peel it. So like I'll just hold it like this and then like just take from the top down and peel it like that. If it's really big, then I cut it in half and then peel it that way. And then sometimes if I don't have a peeler on hand and I just have a knife, then I'll peel it. Then I'll just peel it with the knife. And that's actually how my mom taught me how to peel this. We never really used a peeler growing up, and we always just like peel the skin with the butcher's knife or with the chef's knife or whatever knife we were using to cut up the squash. So yeah, I mean, you can peel however it best suits you and whatever you're comfortable with. But yeah, you could easily peel this with a peeler. It's not hard. And honestly, I like that method a little better. It's a little safer, a little cleaner than just chopping it with my knife. But I will have to say that something about just doing it all by hand with a knife, it does kind of make it taste better a little bit. But I mean, the peeler works just as well. But I think that's just like, for me, I think it's just nostalgia and memories and, you know, all that good stuff. Oh, hey. Sorry. So I got so excited. Hey, Adina, thanks for joining. Okay, I'm almost done. I've got like 2 pieces of squash left and then about a cup of water left. So, And then I'm just going to go old school, or, yeah, and just drink this down. Ta-da! All done. So, 2 big bowls plus a little one full of rice. So, yay! I am stuffed. Really, really stuffed. I'm so full, but that was so good. Ooh, Sarah, yes, save me a plate. But yeah, so that I'm so full, and actually that's the most I've ever eaten of squash in one sitting. So I'm quite surprised that I was able to finish it. But yeah, I feel really good, really full. Not to the point where I'm in a food coma or anything, but really, really, really good. And then I'm also gonna finish taking my digestive enzymes. Take that with every meal. Now, why do I take digestive enzymes with every meal? Because there's probiotics in here, and then also because it will help to digest your food. And it's good for boosting immunity and all that stuff. And especially for like right now where, you know, everyone's getting sick, and, you know, my little nephew is getting over being sick, and I know that, you know, something's going around, so need my enzymes. Tastes so good. Okay, so what do digestive enzymes taste like, if anybody is wondering? So the type that I am drinking, and this is what I'm drinking, isotonic DNA digestive enzymes, or sorry. And okay, so this tastes like, if you drink it slowly, which how I'm taking it right now, it tastes like candy. It tastes like those lemon drops. So it's got a nice tartness to it, and it's and then just a small amount of sweetness, not too much because there's not a lot of sugars in there, but just it's tart and yeah, and I like it. But if you drink it really fast, like if you drink it all in one gulp, then it tastes like flat Mountain Dew. So, but if you like if you're slowly drinking it and you're kind of, you know, letting it sit in your mouth and kind of tasting the different flavors that are in there, then it tastes like a lemon drop candy. But yeah, so I always tell everyone, if you take it, you know, if you just like shotgun it, tastes like flat Mountain Dew. So if you like Mountain Dew, you'll love how this tastes. Or lemon drops. Either way, either way of drinking it is fine. Okay, so all done. That was so good. And I'm so full. All right. Does anybody have any questions or any comments or any topics that you guys want to talk about? I'm just gonna call you back later. Oh, all right. I'll talk to you later, Sarah. All right, so since no one is really commenting, I'm just going to end this here. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight for my Mukbang Monday dinner show. And it won't always be dinner. I'm going to try to squeeze these in. Well, you know, I'm going to try and do them earlier in the day. If I can't get to it in the day, then it'll be at this time. But it won't always be dinner. So. But let me know what else you want me to eat, what else you would like to see, topics you'd like for me to talk about while I'm eating, and, you know, any comments, good or bad. Love to hear what your thoughts are. Leave them in the comment section. And, you know, I really, really appreciate your time. Thank you for spending this time with me, and I hope you guys had a great dinner yourself and had a wonderful Monday, and have a great rest of your day. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, have a good night. Bye.